America, why are you so expensive?
Hello, beautiful people. I hope you're doing well and you're keeping safe from wherever you're watching this from. Welcome to Mayaka's Take, a channel where we get to learn and grow every day. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to this channel, liking and sharing these videos. If you have already subscribed, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. So today we are going to talk about the high cost of living in America. I have come across a couple of videos of the Americans crying and complaining about the high cost of living, saying how things are getting worse and worse day by day, and how it is becoming a real pressure point for each and every one of them. So let's get to watch these videos first before I leave my comments at the end of the video. You can also share your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below.
America has become completely unaffordable, and I don't know why more people are not talking about this. Half of America doesn't even have a savings, rent is insane, healthcare is a luxury, and somehow the narrative is still people are just bad with money. Like, what money? People are working full-time. Most people have 2 to 3 jobs anymore because you have to. At what point do we stop blaming the people and just accept the fact that the cost of living has simply just outpaced reality? Because everything is this expensive, you have to know exactly where all of your money is going anymore. Like, a budget is just simply a necessity. You have to have one. Started using a budgeting app like mine to figure out where all of my money is going, but it does not make up for the fact that America is too expensive to live in anymore. If you're struggling, you are not alone.
So we in America can't even afford to live anymore. This 1976 cost of living, the average income was $16,000. A home was $43,000. New car, $5,000. Rent, $220 per month. Just look at these prices. So based on that, they're saying that the average income should be what, $84,000 now? So that means that with $240,000, I should be able to buy a new house. It's not possible. And also the average income is not 84,000. You know, most people are making way less than that. 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, $60,000, but it's not 84,000. And based on this, I should be able to get a new car. That's what? It says it would be like $5,000. So if my income is 80,000, a new car should be like $20,000, which most of the time they also are not. I mean, unless you're getting a value car. Also, if we're looking at this, your rent for the year should only be 15% of 6,000, which would be about 2,000 something dollars, which our rent is not 15% per year. It's like 30 or 40% per month. So yeah, something is definitely wrong. New car, nothing is adding up. So basically, we're not making enough to support what things cost, and it's a horrible thing.
This is not an exaggeration. Every $500 that I make, I spend 2,000. Like, every large sum of money that I make, I spend double that, if not even more. And it's not because I want to be. It's because everything just is like, it's just bill, 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 bill. Everything's more expensive, but the quality of everything's going fucking second bad. When will this end?
The cost of living in America is just a scam. And I think more and more of us are seeing that, especially on an app like this where we can see what people are paying for life outside of these borders. I think the craziest thing about these videos I make talking about grocery prices and cost of living in general in the United States is the comments I get from people who live outside of this country. People from Germany, Denmark, Sweden, you name it. Especially countries that you would typically associate with higher costs. They're letting me know that they're paying way less for so many things. The other day when I made that video about grocery prices and I had 2 bags, it was 11 items, it was like $40. I was getting comments from all over the world. And let me tell you, I didn't get a single comment from anywhere saying that they would pay more. Sometimes in European countries, these prices would be less than a quarter of what we're paying here. So my question is, what's going to happen? We are obviously going through a cost of living disaster here in the United States. Not the only place that's expensive. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we are paying an amount of money that is not sustainable. There is more homelessness than ever. There is less financial stability than ever. There's more bankruptcies than ever. Where does this go? How does this end? Because it's not going anywhere good. In that video I mentioned, I found out they aired it on CNN, which is kind of hilarious. I had no idea until someone commented and let me know, hey, you're on my television right now. So I guess what I have to say is resonating with enough people. I also just hit 40,000 followers, so thank you. If you follow me, thank you so much. I'm glad what I say is striking a chord with you, and hopefully we can all find a way to make it through this crazy cost of living recession, whatever you want to call it. We can make it through it together. How do you think this is going to end? Because I don't know a way out of this personally, other than moving to another country.
I honestly feel like all of us can collectively agree at this point that existing in America is absolutely unaffordable. From the rent prices to the food we eat to our utility bills, now gas is starting to go up. Soon we're not going to be able to afford to just put gas in our fucking cars. We should collectively be infuriated, pissed off, because what are we working for anymore? Every week that we continue to just keep this hamster wheel going and we keep going to our normal 9-to-5s, it literally feels like we're working for less and less money. So it's like every single week we're getting less and less in fucking return. We're working non-fucking stop, day in and day out, and it's literally not getting us anywhere. It's like, if you really think about it, I genuinely feel like the end goal is we're all going to end up passing away from overexhaustion, from malnutrition, from all of the poison and the chemicals and shit that they're putting into our food. Like, it almost kind of feels like it makes a lot more sense to not work at all anymore. Because what are we working for? Because it almost just feels like whether you bust your ass or sit in your car like I'm fucking doing, it literally feels like you're going to be screwed either way.
What's up, America? I want to talk about the cost of living and how everybody is struggling in America. Now, I know we all keep waking up every day and we all try to make ends meet and we try as hard as we can. Because if we don't, we're gonna fail. We have a family. We have to survive, right? If you haven't noticed, it's getting harder and harder to live every single day. Month over month, the costs are going up. It doesn't matter if it's utilities or water or food or gas. Somehow, some way, no matter the season, they find a way to fuck you. Corporations raise prices, they price gouge you on purpose seasonally, and we're falling for this shit because we don't have any choice. Well, I want to have a choice. I want it to go back the way it was before they were fucking us worse than ever in history financially. I don't mind making money, I don't mind making profit, but you're making obscene amounts of profit simply because you hate your customers. You even mock them the fact that you're taking advantage of them. And in many cases, you're getting the money, but you simply don't deserve it. You're not providing a service where it's worth it. Even shit like arcades and mini golf and fucking mountain coasters have doubled or tripled in prices. And it's the same shit. It's not like it's any extra cost. You're just fucking people for fun. Like I said, I don't mind making money and I don't even mind making a good amount of profit, but you can't fuck everybody constantly.
Just thinking this morning about our country and late stage capitalism and the cost of living and how much money everyone has to make to even afford to have a family these days. And it's what, like $250,000 minimum? Yeah, John and I have 2 kids and we don't make close to that. Not even close. Try like at least $100,000 less than that. So we're barely making it, and we have 2 good high-paying jobs as an electrical engineer and a nurse. Now, everyone always says, like, they make so much money, you guys should be doing so much better. They don't make that much money, okay? And the fact that the wages haven't gone up with inflation means we've been getting pay cuts basically the last 4 years. So we're not doing okay. Nobody's doing okay in this economy. This is what we're so upset about. And then you add in authoritarianism and fascism on top of that. Like, what kind of country are we leaving for our kids where we teach them it's okay that they go to school and then their friends are missing the next day because they were rounded up by ICE? This is not an okay world. This is what I don't want to leave my kids. This is what I want to protect them from. This is one of the reasons why we're moving to Europe. I'm tired of it. I haven't even touched on healthcare. That's a whole other story that we've spent over $10,000 a year on for the last 4 years. Childcare, $24,000 a year. Just so that I can go to work and not spend time with my kids. It's fucking insane. How does anybody live in this world? Like, how does anybody make that $250,000 every single year to just, like, be okay. I don't know anyone else except for like doctors who are doing fine. What are we going towards? What is the end goal here? Like, is anybody else as upset as I am seeing everything that's going on? I mean, I'm just ranting this morning. Sometimes I'm just getting in my thoughts and my feels, and I can't believe that this is the reality that we're living in right now.
Why is outside this expensive? It should not be this expensive, sweetheart, because, okay, first and foremost, groceries. Costs are so disgusting. Between DoorDash or grocery shopping, you spending the same amount of money. Between what little groceries you're getting for $100, you might as well get takeout on DoorDash. I guarantee you, if you go out of your way and make it yourself, you still probably only gonna save you, what, $10? Remember when grocery shopping used to be, oh, I did all of this and I can still save $50, $100, $150 if I just grow. No, it's pretty much the same. What used to be, I can casually remember, bread, eggs, milk will not cost you more than $10. Bread, eggs, and milk. Now, bitch, bread, eggs, and milk, I damn near gotta break a dub. I gotta go in with $20 at Walmart to get bread, eggs, and milk. But please clarify me. Please let me know if that's the minimum for the minimal thing to have in your house. Just the minimal source of food and rations is $20. Can y'all tell me what the minimum wage is right now? Oh, okay. So already, as an American, already behind on the 8 ball again. Okay, let's keep going. How are you supposed to feed your family when prices are this high? Like, it's getting to the point, remember when it used to be the cost and what you have or what you make, it kind of, there'll be a gap between it, but now it's literally the cost and what you have. They are in neck and neck. Another thing I have with this whole dystopian Hunger Game, everybody survive, scratching and surviving, Divergent series type of fucking shit going on is why? Everything is a luxury now. Now life is set up that if it's literally, you have to play the game of eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Either I want a full thing of groceries for my house and stock, or my rent and my bills are not going to get paid, or I can't get gas now. So you mean to tell me for the regular family, not the 2%ers, not the ones that's, calling everybody because they got $99 billion in their account and they can control everything, the regular family that's a blue collar dad and a teaching mom, to the point I'm starting to feel like it's starting to be a little spicy for people that got real good income. Please tell me why making $80,000 a year is still not enough now. In America, we used to be the free country, land of the free, home of the brave. We used to be where everybody dreamed to go, and now people are turning their nose up at us because they might as well just stay in Paris. They rather stay in Croatia. They rather stay where the hell they at than come over here and deal with our bullshit. And as an American, I'm upset and I wish I didn't have to deal with this bullshit. Why is rent so high? And then you making people choose between, you can either have a roof over your head this month or your phone bill gonna get cut off. Oh, okay, let's keep talking about it. As an American, as a real American, look, just because I'm on TikTok, please understand, baby, I ain't making no TikTok money. I'm letting it be known. It hurts out here. Unless somehow you know how to pity pinch and you know how to scrape a dime and save a nickel to make $1 like I do, it's hard out here. Unless you got somebody that is the breadwinner and they're making enough money and you know how to budget and watch every single dollar being taken out of an account for whatever expense, it's going to be hard out here. Why is gas so motherfucking expensive? Gas is fucking $5. $5? I went to my gas station down the street. I filled her up before all hell broke loose. It was like $2.37, $2.42. Literally filled her up. Within the next week, that same gas station said $3.16, and I checked that yesterday. So you mean to tell me the people that I now have to DoorDash because I can't afford food for real at the grocery store, I got to get my DoorDasher, and now my DoorDasher got to go out here, but because we know how DoorDashers can be and how a DoorDasher life is, you mean to tell me every order is pretty much them just making their gas money. So somebody out here that's DoorDashing they ass off for 12 hours a day only comes back with 75, maybe we're gonna say $100. They work their ass off for $100, and by the time they put that damn money in their tank, the net value is really $40. $40 for all that damn hard work. Y'all don't see the discourse. Y'all don't see the gap. Y'all don't see the disconnect. It's hard out here as a motherfucking American, and I hate it here. Why is it a luxury for me to get avocados? Why is it a luxury for me to have to get fruits and vegetables for my kids so they don't have to end up eating just straight carbs and trans fats? You want to know why? Because if I go to the produce section and I try to get the fresh shit, by the time I get some fresh tomatoes, some fresh celery, all my little bells and whistles that I want for my kids, that right there alone, produce is $40. Produce is $40 because I got a family of 5. Produce. Then don't let it be your baby need infant meal. Don't let it be your baby need special type of formula. That's another $30 a can. Why is it so hard in America right now? And then people want to wonder why we're not having kids. Bitch, we can barely afford the kids we got. We can barely afford ourselves. And you are surprised that we ain't having no more kids out here? Because if I go to the supermarket, one more baby, it's going to bring my house into bankruptcy. When was the last time y'all went to the goddamn car maintenance? When's the last time you drove the Honda or the Ford? I remember when my Honda oil change was $60. That was a wonderful time. Prime time. Good time. Now, that very same Honda, didn't get a new Honda, 2016 CRV, go to the same establishment that used to charge me $60. It's $85 to $100 for an oil change. It's $100 now because she way over her mileage. Why? Okay, so you mean to tell me if that's the case, that means the people that's driving Benzes, y'all feeling it too. Even though you making your architectural, your nursing money, your doctor money, you still feeling it because as somebody that has a luxury car, you're not going to take it to no shade tree mechanic. You're going to go to the real dealership so they can handle it. And what used to be your $120 oil change, how much is it now? How much is it now to get that BMW tuned up? How much is it now to get that Benz tuned up? How much is that Jag to get tuned up? Oh, okay, it's expensive as fuck out here for no reason. And people want to know, why is everybody staying home? What happened to club culture? How come many people don't really go out? We simply can't afford it. You want to know why we can't afford it? Because we are trying to enjoy the rent that we probably can't afford for the next month. Because life is just too goddamn expensive. Please understand, it's expensive out here as an American. It's horrible out here as an American. And honestly, I just need a restart. We need a restart button. And let's not get started on health insurance if you ain't got Medicaid and you actually paying out of pocket because you got benefits. Don't let it be you find out you're not in network. Don't let it be you find out you might have benefits, but by the time you get everything handled and squared away, baby, they only gonna cover $200. And the other $700 is on you. How you get insurance to pay for anything happening to your family and y'all health, but you still gotta pay? I'm paying you so I don't have to pay, and I still end up paying where they do that at. And baby, we can't even start about daycare. I became a stay-at-home mom because I looked into daycare, and daycare, that right there is a luxury. You want to know what luxury is? Having daycare and being able to afford your gas every time you need gas and buying all your groceries at once. Because who the hell got $175 a week for a newborn? So you mean to tell me I'm giving you damn near $600 a month for my newborn who only has to fucking drink milk, piss and shit on herself and go to sleep? That's all it takes. And then it only goes down like $25 when she becomes a toddler. So I'm still paying heavy money. No. So how y'all doing that? How are y'all affording childcare and rent? And let's not talk about those that become homeowners. Used to be you want to be a homeowner because that's what they told you to do. When you get yourself situated and established, you get a family, you marry somebody, and you make a home. Buy a home now that's $400,000. And here's the thing, even if you pay that money every single month with your mortgage and escrow and all that shit tied up, if you don't pay your property tax on time, they can still take your shit. So even if I'm giving you $1,500 for my mortgage, if I don't keep on track with the property taxes, I could pay everything up and have my house paid off and let me miss 3 months of property taxes. They can take my fucking house. What? It seems like they just want us to lose. Any way you can possibly lose. How does that work? How are y'all able to do private school? How are y'all able to do anything? That's damn near Carnegie money. Who, please point me into your direction. Who out here that's not, Mr. and Mrs. 300K? I'm talking regular Americans. Who is out here able to uphold all the bills for the house? Even if y'all both work, uphold the bills for the house. Make sure your kids taken care of. Pay their tuition if they in school or daycare. All your groceries handled. Not missing nothing. Top of covering your medications. On top of stuff like that. And then car maintenance, beloved. And then still being able to manage and save something on the side. Tell me who you are. Who are you and how are you doing it? Because, baby, I did the math. I did the calculations. I did the calculations on the calculus, and it's not the math is not arithmeticing. The math is not mathematically mathing. It's my quantitative analysis cannot figure out how to do this. This does not compute. Life is a luxury, and damn near 85% of us cannot afford it. And if we do try to afford it, I guarantee we missing something that's not going to get handled. If we can afford rent, we can't cover groceries. If we can cover groceries, we can't cover rent. If we can cover both of those, we're going to be missing a meal. If we did all of that, we're going to be missing something on the side. We can't get health care. We can't get health insurance, etc., etc., etc. Ghetto as hell. I hate it here. That's it. That's all I'm on the list. Goodbye.
If you live in America, you probably feel like everything in your life continues to get more expensive. But there's one big culprit as to why this is happening. If we go back to COVID, we understand that the global pandemic got everyone locked in their homes and the government had to step in and stimulate the economy. There's only two tools that they have when they need to stimulate. They can drop interest rates down to 0% and they can print money. And the government took this to the extreme. They printed trillions and trillions of dollars. Inflation in the United States went to over 9% according to the government metrics. But if we actually look at the damage that was done by printing so much money, the US dollar lost more than 30% of its purchasing power. And a huge reason is because the government printed more money than we spent on World War I or World War II. And so now every single thing in your life continues to appreciate in price. Homes are going up, grocery prices are going up, and everyday items continue to get more expensive. It's why half the country feels like they're falling behind and they can't get ahead. It's because they keep most of their money in dollars, while the other half of the country has investments that keep up to the pace of inflation. So if you want to understand why life in America has gotten so expensive, look nowhere else than the US government. They printed trillions of dollars, they destroyed the currency, and it made your life more expensive.
It's just straight up too expensive to live in the United States of America, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Hi, I'm Zach. I've kept a budget down to the penny for the past 5 years. And this is what I've spent this month on some of the things that you need to just exist. Let's start with energy. I want you to let me know how much you pay a month for your electric bill. All right, ready? Drum roll, please. This month I spent $242. It's summertime in Florida. It's hot. It's expensive. The AC's running. I keep my house at 78 degrees during the day. I turn off all the lights when I'm not using them. I have LED lights. All of the stuff you're supposed to do. I'm closing my blinds during the day. Everything possibly you could do right. And I just had my highest bill of all time. Checking out my electric bill from September 2020, I paid $139.47. Huh. Okay, so that's almost doubled. All right, how about utilities? I want you to let me know how much you pay for utilities a month, your water bill, your garbage. All right, drum roll, please. 3, 2, 1. I paid $219.77. Just as a frame of reference, in September of 2020, my water bill was $128.09. So that's doubled in 5 years. That's cool. Internet. Everybody loves internet. I needed to post on TikTok. This past month, I spent $84.99. What did you spend this month on the internet? I can tell you what I paid in September 2020, 5 years ago. I paid $54.68. That's cool. It's gone up 60%-ish in 5 years. That's fine. So all in all, between my utilities, my energy, and my internet, I am paying $527 and change a month. And I'm sure my story isn't unique. I'm sure you're watching this saying, yes, the same thing with me. I'm paying way too much every month. This isn't sustainable. I know that prices have gone up all around the world, 100%. I just feel like where I live specifically, we've gone into crazy town. No one can pay this. No one can afford this. I'd love to hear what you're paying a month for all these things and where you live in the world, because I need to know if I'm crazy or if I'm not alone in feeling this way.
We have seen how the high cost of living has become a real pressure point for a lot of Americans. Even those who are doing multiple jobs, it's still a pressure point for them. Most of the Americans are having to get to work multiple jobs so as to sustain their day-to-day lives. Simple things like groceries, healthcare, housing, daily essentials, gas prices, the student loans, a lot of things are becoming a real pressure point for the Americans. Now you can imagine if you need to use 30% to 50% of your income only on housing, and to think that there are other needs that need to be met. People are having to take multiple jobs so as to sustain their lives, and it is disturbing to see even the young people, young adults, getting to suffer this. We've seen how the college tuition is too high. Students need to get the student loans so as to sustain their lives, and also even after that get to work part-time so as to sustain their lives, only to just to survive in America, which is harsh to them. We have seen people with decent jobs are also complaining about the high cost of living. So it's not only affecting certain people, it is affecting almost everyone. It is cutting across everyone. It is a real issue that needs to be addressed. I feel like a lot of people should be talking about this issue because it is a real issue, and at some point the consequences shall be felt by the people. One of the consequences, I think, is the burnout. There will be burnout in a lot of people because people are having to work a lot. People are having to take multiple jobs so as to sustain their lifestyle, so as to remain afloat, because without that, then you won't be able to meet your needs, and you need to cater for your everyday bills. And by so doing, now you have to take multiple jobs. You work overtime so as to get extra income to cater for your bills. Also, there will be the decision fatigue because now you'll have to make constant calculation on where to spend your money first. There is rent, there is food, there is gas price, there is everything that need to be catered for. Now, with the little income that you have, now you have to calculate on where to spend first. Also, there is the financial anxiety, the constant worry about bills. You just can't stay at peace because you need to think of how you will cater for your bills each and every day. And to think that's not enough, the Americans still need to pay taxes. Even after having to cater for all those with the little income that they have, they also need to pay taxes as the citizens of the US, which is already too much. At this point, something has to be done, because if not, then I feel like it's gonna get even worse than this, and it is not really looking good. So what are your thoughts on this? What do you think? So thank you for staying with me up until the end of this video. Remember to leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and also like and share this video. Up until next time, bye.